I got an email from somebody about, can you document Xcode as a full PDF, full source code, all your source? The answer is you can't do it easily, because what happens is Xcode is quirky. It will only let you print out the headers and the implementation and the declaration files one at a time. Adam Knight, as you see here, has an application called Cups, which is a Unix-based printing software. You want to? I'm going to give you this link at the site. It'll be underneath this video. Download this, install it. When you do, you will, and under System Preferences, you will see under Print and Scan, right, there's my cups right there. Now, you won't see it, I see it, but you have to, after you install it, you want to add it. Select it. It's going to go through its, auto select, and then print using. It'll change this from auto select to generic. And this will be what you see here, Cups PDF, not two. If I add this again, I'll have two printers. I don't want two. But you would add it as Cups PDF, and once the printer is added, you're done. You're good. You're good. And then we're going to go to Xcode here. A chance to open up. Okay. And before we do that, we're going to go over here to OpenOffice. We need a header for this PDF. This is the one drawback. The first drawback of doing it this way is you don't have a header or a header page. Second drawback is going to be you don't have an index either, unless you can get Adobe Acrobat for Macintosh and compile all of the PDFs in a similar fashion to what I'm showing you. Okay, we're going to file recent documents, and I have it here. And you're going to go Control P as you would normally to print, and you're going to select Cups from that and print to it. It's going to process and print that as a PDF. I'll show you where that's located in a moment. Come on, come on. It takes a little bit longer in OpenOffice, believe it or not. And we're going to quit OpenOffice just to keep applications away. Okay, we're going to Control P here. Cups PDF will be here. Remember, you have choices here. If you go to presentation, you're color but blown up. Printing is just black and white. We want default. And print. Arrow down, Control P, print. Print. And just take it slow. And it doesn't really take that much time. You notice it prints quite quickly. Don't force it, let it come to you. And we're going through files at a good rate, in my opinion. That was a 9-page. Your implementation files will probably be a little bit longer than your headers. Headers are usually short. There's a 4-pager on this one. Yeah, headers are about 1 page. You don't get a very long header file or declaration file, to be more specific. And so we're going at a good rate here. And it didn't take me that long. Okay. Alright. Alright. And keep going through them. Now, anything that can be printable can be printed with Cups directly to a PDF. anything that cannot be printable in Xcode, like an image file, you're going to have trouble with. It won't work. Well, we don't care about images. You want your headers, your declaration, and then you want your implementation or .m files. There's about 8 pages there. And notice how fast I'm going through this. It's not taking me a whole long time. I'm just over 5 minutes doing this, and not really doing all of this. It's 5 minutes into the tutorial here, but almost 6 now, and probably about 4 minutes doing this. Okay. Now, we're going to come down here. We're going to capture the main file too. Alright. And your PCH file, if you want that too, you can capture that. Believe it or not, this one won't make a difference, but the plist, believe it or not, you can print that too and capture that. Alright, so we're going to then minimize Xcode here. We're going to go to our Finder. And to tell you where these are right now, on your Macintosh, under Users, under Shared, under Cups, there they are. Okay? All of the files we just captured. So what do you do with these? What happens here? We're going to select the first one, Shift, and arrow down until we have all files selected. We're then going to double click, open with, preview. Alright. So, wait for preview to come up. Now this is preview. There's our header file. We're going to select the first file. We're going to hold the Shift key down. Arrow down until all of our files are selected. And if I've got this right, I've tried this many times, so, and that should be our last one, I think, right. Now the trick here, drag, but drop it below. You see where I did it? I dropped it about, I would say, a third of the way up. If you drop it too high, you're going to place all this on top of the header instead of behind it. So notice our header, page 1 of 100, there's 36 documents. I'm going to move this just for a second and show you, come to the end here, yeah. Actually, we didn't get that file, I guess that last file, but you know, if you, I guess what it took was a snapshot. Yeah, here's our PCH file, but this file here that was supposed to be our plist file became a snapshot of our, interestingly enough, a snapshot of all the files that were pulled up. So, but anyway, I'm going to close preview down right now, quit right from preview, and I'm going to go to the header file, which now is probably about 3 or some odd megabytes, 3.6. I'm going to double click it in Adobe. Adobe should come up. Let's see if it's coming up. Try it again. Okay, here it comes. Adobe comes up. We're at 146% here. I'm gonna go down to about 75 and arrow down to each page, and there we are. And you'll notice, if we do bring this down, let me just come out of it more. There we go. you'll notice here the page 1 of 2, page 2 of 2, and so on is listed there for each file, each set of files. So, for example, in this particular implementation file, we have 2 pages, 2 of 2. And then this one here is 1 for the header. Remember, the headers are small. Implementation is 3 on this one. Header happens to be 2 on this one. And 9 pages of implementation here. 1 here and 4 here. I think the biggest one you're going to get will be the app delegate, which is an enormous, and it'll tell you right here on each page what the file is. About is pretty much a short one here. This one's going to be large. The header itself is 3 pages on the app delegate, and the implementation is 6 pages. So, but there you have it. I mean, this is pretty snazzy the way it works, and I was able to do it. If you have any issues, please let me know. The big problem you'll get if you're not careful. We're going to go towards the end of this file, by the way. I want to just come down here just to, yeah, that's the one that we got, the PCH file, if you have any interest in that. But this one here took a snapshot of our window, and when we tried to print this out, let me just do a Control P, just take a look at what, yeah, we're seeing the window here. It's not the it's not this, which is interesting. I didn't know that would happen, but hey, you might want that to show you know, all of my classes, what I have in there. And but that's it. So trade-offs are as follows: 1, no index; 2, you have to create your own header page; 3, you're not numbering pages sequentially, but it's numbered by how it's printed; and 4, I think that you have to select each file to print it, so there's a certain diligence there. The thing I would say is this. I'm going to close my reader out here. If you could take, or if you had, Adobe Acrobat for Mac, and you could compile those files by yourself into a PDF with Adobe. I know it can be done. The question would be, would it probably would number them sequentially like you'd want. It's my guess, because I do have it, but not for Mac. And then you'd be able to index it. You'd be able to do a lot of things that you are unable to do this way. But you can document this way. It works. The pros to it, you get all of your files, headers, which are declaration, .ems, which are implementations, everything, all your source code is there. So I'm going to post a link to the CUPS download, and tell me what you think about this. Tell me what your thoughts are. I think it is a pretty quick way to do it, because in the normal scheme of things with Xcode, remember, you have to literally select the file, let's say here, Control P, and if you had not CUPS but your printer, you'd have to save that file as a PDF here. And that's a lengthy process to do that. It just is. It takes a lot. So, again, let me know what you think. It's a really nice way to do this, and I'm going to end for now and go back to the storyboard tutorial very, very shortly to finish out, or at least continue it, and have a good night. Take care.